welcome to another episode number 7070 of the Swoop Shoes podcast. And we are all back for another episode. We got Armani, aka Rob Ain't Doing Nothing. You got Ernest, aka Lakers are on Sirius. You got myself, Eric, aka Nova Knicks Takeover 2025. And we got Josh, aka Capture the Flag and Race for Ace 2025. So, as y'all know, free agency started last Sunday, June 30th, 6 p.m. And we already got seismic moves around the association as the Philadelphia 76ers, Paul George, leaves the Clippers and joins the 76ers on a 4-year full max, $215 million, as he joins Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, as he also gets his rookie extension at 5 years, 205, and also Eric Gordon and Kelly Oubre. Also, we got Nick news as Isaiah Hartenstein bolts the Knicks to the Oklahoma City Thunder, 3 years, $87 million. Also, we had other signings. Klay Thompson, as he's been sulking in his last ever days as the Warriors, signs a 3-year deal with $50 million as he joins Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving.
Warriors dynasty crumbling. I love it.
Speaking of the Warriors, they somehow salvage being in the trade because with the Mavericks getting Kyrie, Klay Thompson, the Warriors get 2 second-round picks with the signing trade. And on top of that, they signed Kyle Anderson to 3 years, $27 million. So that's just a gist of some of the main moves that's happened during free agency and still ongoing. So let's kick it off for Ernest with the list of the noticeable free agents.
All right, so I guess we'll go through each team. We'll just get a quick synopsis of how we think these moves are going to affect their respective rosters going forward. So obviously with Atlanta, not really a free agent move, but they did a trade. And what they did was they traded DeJounte Murray to the New Orleans Pelicans for Dyson Daniels and Larry Nance Jr. So obviously the Hawks have some
first
and 2 firsts.
Don't forget the firsts.
I'm a little salty about that trade. Anyway,
Laker fans crashing out on that.
It's
we'll talk about that later, man.
I mean, crazy. Wasn't expecting I don't know. Like, it's just I understand what the Hawks are doing clearly. But I'm just upset at the return. The return didn't make sense. That I felt like DeJounte, you can get a lot more for DeJounte out there. So, it is what it is. Again, Larry Nance Jr. is a very good piece. Rotation minutes is going to be funky. They have a lot of forwards in Atlanta. So, I don't know how that pans out for them.
They still got what's his name? DeAndre Hunter on their roster.
Yeah. I mean, the move, I feel like on the grand scheme of things, when I first saw it, I'm like, wow, good move for the Pelicans, but at the same time, it's like I feel like it's overcrowded over there. It's too much going on. You got Ingram, you got Zion, you got Trey Murphy, who's ready for a bigger offensive role. You got CJ McCollum, and now you add DeJounte to that. It's just like, I don't know. I feel like
CJ got to pay for his crimes, though.
What CJ do?
This whole CBA is just mucking up the team's books.
You know what? I'm not even blaming him for that. I'm not going to blame him. people deserve the blame, and it's the people complaining.
Yeah.
This CBA, you agree to it.
Yeah.
Owners. The CBA is hard. You agree to it. So I don't want to hear nothing about this whole CBA thing. But the Pelicans are weird to me. And with all this going on, they have to, this season, see a big difference from this team. If not, a lot of pieces are going to be for sale next year.
Yeah, because they plan on, from what I know, they plan on keeping Brandon Ingram, which it's weird. It's like you're not going to extend him, right? So you're going to keep him to the deadline, and what if he doesn't perform well? Because now you have another dynamic scorer, and the fit looks wonky. Is CJ coming off the bench? Are you moving CJ? You know, like they have to clear up. They have too many one-on-one players, and not to say DeJounte is, you know, he is a playmaker, but he's a scoring guard first. Yeah. So it's weird. I don't know. That's why to me, I'm like, the trade didn't make sense for either team.
Yeah. Trae Young made more sense for them in my
yes.
Because he's gonna get you the ball,
and they need a point guard. They
and
don't
he can
have
space it out even
guard.
more. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was very weird. I don't know, like grade wise, I'll give them a B- because it's good. I think it's good, but I got to see how it look on the court.
Yeah,
fair.
And the Hawks, I feel like the Hawks did get a good young guy. That a lot of people in the league seem to like, Dyson Daniels.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens when he actually gets some PT and can get on the court. So,
all right.
I'll give him a C+.
Next on the list, Boston. Now, Boston, obviously, they didn't sign anybody, trade, or anything like that. They just signed their guys. So Luke Cornett returned for a one-year deal on the minimum. Neemias Keita returns on a multi-year deal. Jason Tatum agrees to a 5-year max extension, the richest contract in NBA history. We're gonna hear that for every new deal that happens here going forward, especially with these max guys. So I believe it was 5 years, 314, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah, the last year of his deal is 71 mil.
Yeah. Fun fact. I'm gonna say the fun fact after. You got Xavier Tillman, who returned on a 2-year deal. Then Derek White, also 4-year extension.
Bro, you just got mad bread.
So you're gonna have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown making over $300 million. You got Drew Holiday about 150, I believe, 130. You got Derek White at like a 120, 130. And then you got Porzingis that's hovering around, you know.
He got that short extension. So you know, whoa.
Yeah.
I see what y'all doing here.
So the fun fact I was referring to, the fun fact is after next season, the Celtics starting 5 alone is going to be over $500 million.
And I respect it.
That's in tax alone.
And I respect it. You know why? Yo, the CBA to real ballers is not going to stop the real ballers, man. It's not going to stop them.
And what's crazy is, I don't know if anyone noticing about what's going on in the league right now. The ownership selling the Celtics, the Suns, obviously for reasons, but the Suns,
the Bucks,
just sold not too long ago.
Timberwolves,
the T-Wolves are going through what they're going through right now. Jordan sold his stake.
Mark Cuban.
Mark Cuban also sold his stake, right?
Joe Tsai sold a minority stake, and it looks like look kind of weird. It's like, are you in the future about to sell the rest of it?
So, but here's why. One is obviously these salaries are ballooning, right? But there's a TV deal coming down the pipe, and with that TV deal comes expansion. So instead of now the owners are like, I got to split this money 30 ways. Now I got to split it 32 ways because 2 more teams are coming. I'm cashing out right now. So like that's why
think about that.
that's why you're seeing some of this stuff go down because they're like, wait, I'm about to start losing profit maybe because I got to pay these guys. Taxes are going up, right? Yeah, the CBA
first couple years too,
right? And like, like the TV deals are going to help for sure, and the cap going up and the revenue that's going to help. But then now this extra money that I'm getting, I got to split it 32 ways now instead of 30. That's a big loss. That's a big loss in revenue. So that's why a lot of these older owners are like, yeah, I'm cashing out right now.
I was wondering.
I was like, yo, what's happening? I'm like,
I wonder who's next.
If you read the report about Boston selling, the owner was just like, yeah, I want to sell, but I still want to be in control. Like,
control.
What?
That's what Mark Cuban wanted too.
Yeah.
He was like, nah.
Yeah, exactly.
It don't work that way, right?
And that's why
in the Timberwolves too.
That's what they say. Exactly. That's what's happening in Minnesota. So like these guys still want control, but they don't want to pay the bread.
Wow. You can't sell me your toy and then be like, I want to play with it 24/7 still. No.
That's a great way to put it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So just a little tidbit as to why like you're starting to see all this stuff happen.
I wonder what team is next.
It should be one particular team, but we'll get to them.
He's about to say the Lakers.
You dead ass.
Yeah.
Ass. I'm dead serious.
Mama like, pop way too long. Mama pop shot way too long.
Bro, like I could go on and on, but that front office, like y'all just got anybody just yo, all right, you working today? Cool. Oh, you cool with her? You
need a job, bro? I got you. But we family.
Ain't no reason why. Ain't no reason why we have Adam Levine making basketball decisions. That's all I'm gonna say.
Who's he related to?
I don't know. She will be loved. Anyway,
no, that's for real. Are you joking or that's for real?
What?
She's making basketball decisions?
Adam Levine. He's not making basketball decisions, but he has some influence. I'll just put it that way.
What?
With the artists?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Okay.
No.
Anyway.
No.
Anyway.
Nah, this is WCW, bro.
Yeah, you're cooked. Yeah, you're cooked. Yeah, you're cooked, bro. Oof. And Braun wants that 3-year max extension. Ooh.
So on to the next team, please, because I'm getting pissed off. On to the next team. The Brooklyn Nets, as you know, which is very, very, very funny because something's not finalized yet. So the Brooklyn Nets didn't add any free agents or like that. But they did make a trade.
This trade is holding us up.
And they traded Mikal Bridges to the New York Knicks for Bojan Bogdanovic, and I believe 5 first-round picks.
It's 4 unprotected, 1 Bucks pick, and a pick swap.
Okay,
so 6.
Like 6.
I love it.
Okay.
So like
Mikal Bridges.
Obviously the Nets are still in some. They're still looking to dump salary and also take on short-term salary. We don't know what they're going to do. Obviously, they're in the business of Cooper Flag or Ace Bailey. So those are their targets as the season comes upon them.
VJ.
And
nice.
Yeah, I mean, the Nets are tanking, and that's okay. Yeah. That's okay. Yeah. They should, honestly.
Love it. We also got our picks back, guys. Yeah, from Houston. Dumb Houston.
The next team on the docket, the Charlotte Hornets. No free agent signings or anything like that, but they did make a trade, and they traded with the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets traded Reggie Jackson for 2 seconds. So
they sent that boy to hell.
Oh no, they was in the trade. They got Josh Green too.
Josh Green and also
they also got Josh Green. Yes. So receiving Josh Green in that Klay Thompson signing trade from the Warriors to the Dallas Mavericks. But yeah, the Hornets, they're another team that has some cap space, but also has some roster questions.
A lot of question marks for that team.
What are they gonna do with Nick Richards?
We could use them.
Obviously, Is Miles Bridges going back there? We don't know. Clippers may have a say in that. But we'll see. The Hornets right now are in flux. You got LaMelo coming back. They got to figure it out.
They should just trade for Lonzo and Cola today. Get the Bucks together at least. What's to
Something,
lose?
Right.
Let's call up Jello, man.
What's to lose?
You're gonna have the Ball brothers in the league and Bronny and Braun.
Nepotism
wins, man.
Telling you. Hey, man. It's been in America since it's since it began.
Inception.
So. Yeah. Next team, Chicago. Obviously, Chicago is full tank mode. They are trying to. They officially departed ways with DeMar DeRozan. Unless they can find a sign and trade to take back some salary to offload DeMar. It looks like DeMar will be walking in free agency, and he is still a free agent at this moment in time. But they did make a trade. They have traded with the Oklahoma City Thunder by obtaining Josh Giddey for Alex Caruso. No picks, nothing involved, just straight up 1-for-1. Clearly, moving Alex Caruso to Oklahoma City, that was a sign that Chicago is pressing the button. They have been trying to get Zach LaVine dealt as well, along with Nikola Vucevic. So we'll see. They've also signed Jalen Smith to a 3-year deal.
Did they give Patrick Williams an extension?
Yes.
Yep. 5 years, 90 mil.
5 years, 90 million. Josh, I already know what you're going to say. Relax.
Where's EricL at? Where's EricL at? Last episode, they told me Cam Thomas could have get 100 M's, and this bomb gets 90. Crazy, bro. That's just perfect timing, actually. That's just perfect timing.
That's nasty work, bro.
Oh, man. So next, obviously, Cleveland Cavaliers. They've made only one move, and that was just re-signing Donovan Mitchell to a 3-year max extension for, I believe, $214.
It was 3 years, 150.
3 years, 150.
Yeah.
Which I find very weird. I mean, I thought he would take the full 5-year max. I mean, clearly,
I gotta keep them on their toes. Yo,
it's a 2-and-1.
Yeah, it's 2-and-1.
It's a 2-and-1.
So,
which means he's going to retest the market when the cap goes up that offseason. So smart on his behalf. But also, I think that signals him, hey, I'm giving y'all 2 more years to figure it out. And if not, I'm out of here.
And one more thing that might be true. Like, let's say he actually does like it in Cleveland. Maybe because of all the time he missed this year for the awards, he can't get the full max of the $300 million. So he's just like, yo, let me get those awards and stuff. So when I'm eligible again, I could get that $300 million. I don't know. Maybe.
I was because he honestly, I think if he wanted it from any other team, they would have gave it. He would have gotten it. Like
no, but he has to be eligible because you got to play the 65 games. He didn't play the 65 games. Remember?
You mean freedom for the incentive? So he had to be all NBA or something like that to get the super match. Okay, I see what you mean. I mean, good point there.
Both could be two together. I don't.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I want my money and I'm asked for trade.
Yeah. Next, you got the Dallas Mavericks. The Dallas Mavericks traded Tim Hardaway Jr. to the Detroit Pistons for Quentin Grimes. And I actually like that move for them. Quentin Grimes is a shooter, streaky, but can definitely get up some shots and is a better defender for what they need. So a good, low risk, high reward type of trade, in my opinion. They signed free agent Najee Marshall, which was great, to a 3-year deal. And then they also traded for Klay Thompson. So a lot of activity in Dallas, and they, to me, have really improved around their 2 stars in Luka Doncic Kyrie Irving.
Only thing that bothers me with that is that defense, man. That defense don't look good, bro.
Their defense is going to be their offense, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just what they're leaning into.
I get that. I see what you're saying with the Klay, Kyrie, and Luka on the floor. It's like, yo, bro,
Yeah,
I get it. I get it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna look ugly for sure. It's gonna
Yeah.
look ugly, but I that offense is gonna be potent.
But
as
I
hell.
will say though, Clay will have I don't want to say more opportunity, but he will still feel like
He's gonna have a
intriguing,
chip on his shoulder.
yeah, intriguing part of the offense, because when you think about it, like a lot of like Derrick Jones Jr., PJ Washington, they was able to get open shots. Not sure if they was getting open shots because they're not that great of 3-point shooters, but when you play with somebody like Luka, somebody who can distribute the ball and stuff like that, I definitely believe that Clay will have some key moments in some importance in his offense.
Yeah, sorry. Draymond just came out with a video about the whole Calais stuff, so I was just interested to see that after the show. But
And
but yeah, so Dallas to me just got better, man. Like this, it is what it is. You could put them neck and neck as probably the favorites to come out of the West right now, as everything stands. I would say so.
really,
Said Mavs is his favorite.
I don't
come
know
out the
about
West.
that, man.
What about the
Denver's
Thunder?
gotten worse. Well, them and the Thunder are gonna be neck and neck to me.
Yeah.
But Denver's gotten worse. The Suns
Clippers.
may have. The Suns
You're
got.
forgetting one team, and this is really disrespectful at this point.
Is who?
You forgetting one team, and you getting really disrespectful about them.
No, I'm gonna get to that. I didn't even relax.
Right.
Minnesota, relax.
Yeah.
Minnesota, like those three are gonna be the cream of the crop of the West to me until something else happens. But and then you can't forget Memphis. Like they gonna just saying, and New Orleans is gonna be good too. So we'll see.
Hopefully, if Zion playing.
Yeah. Next team, Denver Nuggets. They have made no moves. They've made one move, and that's letting KCP walk for nothing, and possibly replacing him with Russell Westbrook. Come on, man. Come on.
Nah. We tap dancing on the Denver Nuggets right now. We tap dancing on the Denver Nuggets right now.
On,
You know what's
man.
scary? You know what's scarier?
What's up?
I think Aaron Gordon extension is up next year, man.
Yeah.
Like he needs to he go be at the table like, yo, so
This is the second off season.
Yeah,
This is the
that
second
championship.
off season.
What's
The Denver
going
Nuggets
on?
haven't done nothing. They
So
won a
what do they
championship. They won a championship and stayed pat. They stayed pat. Lost Jeff Green, right? Lost Bruce Brown, and thought we was going to do the same, right? You get bumped in the second round. You lose KCP, who's arguably your best perimeter defender.
Peyton
Right?
Watson, your starting shooting guard.
Payne Watson, your starting shooting guard.
I
Can't
don't know.
shoot.
Whoa. I don't know about that.
Jamal Murray still has. Did they give Jamal Murray the extension? They did, right?
They did.
Yes.
Yeah. They did that.
Jamal, I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna trade for Russ, and I think
Russ going to run the one.
They're gonna experiment.
Russ
Jamal
and Murray.
Jamal at the 2 and Murray at the 1.
Oh my gosh!
Jamal at the 2 and Russ at the 1, because
what can you say?
One of the event now. It will look I think it'll look okay in some instances because you're gonna have like with Russ pressure on the rim, MPJ is gonna see a lot of open looks. So I in some instances I think it'll be good, but I'm just confused as what is Denver like? What is I don't know. And again, this tells me these second apron teams are like, wait a second, we're not paying all this money. We're just not gonna do it. Because there's no excuse why you don't bring back Bruce Brown, you don't bring back KCP. There's only one reason.
And this is why I got to go back to that CBA talk. You try to help the small markets, and this is affecting the small markets the worst, bro. This is crazy. Either way, you go see who's the cheap owners and who's the owners that's willing to spend. That's it.
Because at some point, these owners are going to be like, yo, what is this money in this championship like that it's starting not to equate. Like the amount of money I'm losing just to reach this, and it could just end in an instant. One of my star players hurt, is over.
Crazy.
Yep.
The CBA is going to ruin a lot of bro. Jokic is probably.
There's already ruined a lot of teams before it really got started.
I don't know where he's going to end all time, but the way it's going to reflect if they just win this one, it's going to be like, yo, the Nuggets wasted an all-time great talent.
Yeah.
Because for 3 years, because if they trade Aaron Gordon or trade Michael Porter, it's just like you lost key pieces for 3 years straight.
And they already tried to trade MPJ this offseason.
My, look how the narrative changes.
Breaking news. When was this?
They did. You didn't know that?
Nah, I didn't know that.
My, look at the narrative.
So it's hey man, you know, it's just funny that they have made no moves. Like they just let somebody just walk for nothing. Like Russ is making about $4 million, right?
Which I'm confused by. Why did he opt in to get traded? You could just sign that same deal for the minimum.
With somebody. Yeah.
But I think also Russ wanted to guarantee his bread too. Like just guarantee it. You know what I'm saying? If they're gonna trade you anyway, I might as well just take the bread too.
Yeah,
like you know what I'm saying?
Because you never know what you're gonna get out in the market. So
yeah, you never they hit you with the like we ain't got no cap space now, and then you looking like
take this too.
Then you looking like DeMar DeRozan.
You're right.
Who's sitting around because he like I want to join the Lakers, but hey, Bron, that $12 million, I need more than that, bro.
Yeah.
But it's like, yo, these teams is like, hey, like this is what we could afford right now. Like DeMarco, listen, Spurs, he's not going back to the Spurs, but they got cap space.
That's why I'm confused. It's obvious.
The Jazz got cap space.
He not. No LA guy is going to Utah.
But I'm just saying, like these teams got. Pistons still got cap space. Like you got teams that got this room. You know what I'm saying? But it's just again like the market. I don't know. But Russ, he opted in, right? He's probably going to get traded there. Supposedly Jokic actually like recruited and requested like the front office to trade for Russ.
So that right, and I know I joke about it, about possibly their downfall and stuff like that, but that's actually intriguing. The fact that your best player Jokic, right, is requesting somebody like Russell Westbrook, that don't just raise an eyebrow to y'all. That don't.
Great players love Russ. They love the intensity he brings.
Does he know something that we don't?
In terms of,
I don't know. I don't know. For a player like Russ, say what you want, right? We joke, we laugh about Russ, right? But they have a system going on in Denver, right? I'm trying to see where Russ fits in that. What role can Russ play for them?
Just get the ball and go. Like they were one of the best teams in a fast break, on the open court. You know what I'm saying? So like you pick up the pace and you got the shooters out there. Hey, and you got two guys that can get a triple-double? Like two. Yes, the shooting may be questionable. We understand that about Russ, but like,
and also maybe the IQ.
But I'm just saying though, the rim pressure that he can provide, that's something that they've never had. They've never had something like that. Maybe, and to a degree, with Jeff Green, and that was, he's over the hill.
It's not the same. It's not
right. It's not the same. But like the little bit that he was doing,
right.
So, and he's also a lob threat.
Yeah, both ways.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So it's he adds a different dynamic if he's given and I'm sure Mike Malone will carve out a role, and this is the expectation. But if I don't know, like something about that I like, but again, as a whole, though, I don't know what they're doing. Well, I know what they're doing. They're obviously shedding salary, but like it's gonna get a time where these guys are gonna want their money, and then if Christian Braun balls out this year, and he comes off his rookie, it's like, hey, you got to pay, So,
yep.
Denver right now has yet to make a move, but we'll see if that changes. Obviously, next is the Detroit Pistons. Cade Cunningham agreed to a 5-year extension. Man, Cade is a talent. He needs to be on another team. You're muted.
Man.
You're muted.
I don't think he took it though. They said they offered it to him. I don't think he took it.
No, it's he agreed. He agreed to it.
He agreed to it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he agreed to it. Obviously, we talked about them acquiring Tim Hardaway Jr. They also signed Tobias Harris on a 2-year deal.
He helps the tank.
2 years, $50 million. 2 years, $50 million.
I don't know what Detroit is doing.
Where it all began.
I haven't.
And they got a new coach.
Yes,
I like the coach hiring. I like.
Yeah, that's a good hire. That's a good hire. Next, you have the Golden State Warriors. Oh man, talk about an empire crashing down. Kyle Anderson, they just signed today. Did a signing trade today. Obviously, if you're doing any signing trades, that means the player that you are receiving in that signing trade automatically gets a 3-year deal at whatever the salary that you traded for, that he got signed for. So he'll be there for 3 years under the contract. They also added DeAnthony Melton, which I think is a very good pickup. On a 1-year deal, they waived Chris Paul. And as we know, Chris Paul had signed with the San Antonio Spurs. But yeah. And obviously, we know they traded Klay Thompson for 2 second-round picks. So
am I missing something? Why don't you ask for like Gafford?
It's they're shedding salary. That tax bill is something that they couldn't stomach. And on top of that, knowing that you're paying a tax bill to a team that's not really a contender anymore. It didn't make sense. Now, like adding Gafford, yeah, I mean, that would have helped for sure. But again, I don't. Golden State, man, the 4th of July fireworks, as we know. I don't know, man. I mean, we're hearing about Lauri Markkanen. They're aggressively trying to go after.
I don't know about that.
If I'm Steph,
and
I'm just saying, if I'm Steph, do right by me. That's all I'm saying. Just do right by me.
Yeah,
and then also
that could mean a myriad of different ways.
They also missed out on Zach LaVine. And they missed out on Paul George as well too.
They turned down the deal from Chicago. Chicago was willing to send Zach LaVine and Nikola Vucevic and a pick to Golden State for Wiggins, Kuminga, and I forget who else. Moody.
Jonathan and Moody.
I think Chris Paul was in there because they had to match those.
Yeah, Chris Paul.
Yeah.
And the Warriors said no. The Warriors said no. So
I can't say anything, man.
Hey, listen. It was a great run. Those 2 guys.
I feel like they missed their window though. They gravitated and played the long game with these guys. No Diddy, and this is where we at right now. They won a championship back in 2022. They thought that they was going to have something, but obviously these players are getting old, and you relied so much on your young core, and they didn't produce for you. You didn't make the right moves to I understand some teams that want to kind of stay in the title picture. You don't rebuild. You just what's the word I'm looking for? You retool. You retool, and that's something that they did not do. So now we're in this situation. Now it's really crazy that Klay is on a totally different team, and if I'm Steph, I'm just I'm looking at the front office bro. And I even seen a report today saying that Klay asked Steph to don't even use some of his power to help out with negotiations. That shouldn't even be a thing, to be honest. If I'm the Warriors front office, I'm treating Klay right. And I know some would say, well, they always treated Klay right, especially helping him get through those injuries and stuff like that. But treat him right.
What you're supposed to do.
Treat him right.
What you're supposed to do.
Right, but also treat him right. Treat him right.
And players remember that. I know it's something as small as
Wow.
It's something as small as y'all didn't offer him a contract, and yeah, we get it. It don't look good, just like the Clippers did with PG. But players remember how you treat legends like that.
Yeah,
for the franchise.
Hey, look, Clay would do this. PG can't do that. That's all I'm saying.
What's crazy is so Draymond on his pod, so supposedly last all season they were going to break up last year. With Draymond, he said he was going to sign with Memphis.
Interesting.
And he said the owners convinced him to stay. It's weird, man.
When did Joe? When did they GM leave?
Bob Myers last year.
Last year.
Oh, that's when he was like, "All right, y'all are paying for this." I
get it. Yeah. He was like, he knew. He was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna be the one dealing with this. I'm out of here."
Why
Mike Dunleavy Jr. Man, oh man.
Hey, but they got Kyle Anderson. Good luck. Next,
chill. That's New York City right there. That's New York City right there. Chill.
Slow mo.
That's Brooklyn. That's Brooklyn we talking about right there. That's Brooklyn.
Slow mo.
Imagine him and Draymond on the floor together. Like,
it's gonna be nasty.
Yo, oh my God.
That's gonna be disgusting.
Imagine they running a motion. They running a motion. They kick the ball and Kyle Anderson in the corner.
Wow. Yikes.
At the late jumper, bro. It looked like you were lagging. It looked like you were lagging in 2K.
Like you hold the button too long in 2K.
Oh man. Next we got the Houston Rockets. Man. Houston Rockets. They made a trade for AJ Griffith. And they re-signed Aaron Holiday on a 2-year deal. So nothing really crazy. I did hear something about them not committing to re-signing, giving the rookie maxes to Şengün and Jalen Green, which is very, very weird. I would think you want a lot
to for a while, man.
Yeah, they're trying to do on a trade block.
Especially Jalen Green. The thing is, they're not going to think that they're not going to get what they think they're going to get. That's the issue. Because people not understanding when these rookie contracts come up, it's like, all right, it's like almost like Garland too. Like these guys want to be able to be on the team where they could ball out and get those numbers, get all rookie, get all so they can get that super max. These teams are like, yo, I'm not gonna try to trade for him because I'm not trying to pay that money. Then you got contenders who are like, yeah, we'll take him because we're already paying taxes. We'll take him, but we ain't giving you no assets for him though. So it's like, again, these small market teams that got these stars or these upcoming stars are stuck because they're not winning. And then on top of that, you're not getting the value that you really want for your players back in return. It's crazy.
People in Houston. There's no update on DeMar.
Nothing so far on DeMar.
I saw that Houston. I don't know if it's the fans or the reporters out in Houston. They saying that the team realized a difference in the way the team played as soon as Şengün got hurt. So
they played better. Yeah, they played way better. They're like 16-3 without him.
Well, because here's the thing: their offense changes because now they're flying up and down. It's no post up. Now we gotta, it's one down. Like it's like you're the offense completely changes. It's free flowing, and it's the pace is different.
Yeah, so I don't know, man, but thank you, Houston. Love you forever. Houston Rocket fans, y'all should be mad at y'all GM. Like, why did you even agree to that?
That was crazy. That was
it is what it is.
Man.
And then what didn't make sense was they put out in the media because they leaked it out to the media. That's why Windhorst had the story. We're gonna take the Phoenix Suns. Well, no, Woj. We're gonna take the Phoenix Suns picks and say, "Hey, Phoenix, want those picks back? Give us Kevin Durant." What?
They wanted to seem smart, and everybody was like, "Are you dumb? Then that's gonna be horrible."
What?
You want a 35-year-old KD? Are you dumb?
Oh wow.
Crazy. I was like, okay, I don't know what logic's happening down there. Next, you got the Indiana Pacers. Obviously, we know about Pascal Siakam. That was like very early, actually, like right after the playoffs ended.
Yeah.
He resigned. Obi Toppin resigned on a 4-year deal, and today they signed James Wiseman on a 2-year deal. Obviously, they needed a backup after losing Jalen Smith to Chicago. So Wiseman fills that role. Wiseman, he got to get it together, man. He on borrowed time. He on borrowed time.
Ain't got Rick Carlisle's head coach. Good luck.
Wiseman.
Yeah.
You see what's happening with Noah Vonleh out there, bro.
Bro.
Yo.
I'm just warning the brother.
Bro.
I'm just warning the brother.
Listen, man.
They got him sitting in the hotel lobby, bro. Like,
Hotel lobby.
Yo.
Hotel lobbies is crazy. With no socks on, bro.
Yo, just like Biggie said, yo, chill, man, chill.
Yo, it's crazy.
You gotta chill.
He gonna start saying "ni hao," like
play a role. Wiseman, if you just play your role, everything will be fine.
Yeah, run, rebound,
rebounds,
block shots,
rebounds. Yes.
You can worry about those post touches later. You can worry about that later. Secure
just be
your
a
bag.
role man. Just be a role man.
And on top of that, this team is gonna be a playoff team. You're gonna, bruh.
If it looks bad,
and they going up and down.
Because the amount of eyes the Pacers are gonna get just because of Tyrese, so like you gotta like, bruh,
right,
bro, because Tyrese also, you on the floor, you running. Tyrese gonna make you look good too.
Yeah,
you know what's the interesting thing about this Wiseman thing? I read that he actually had an opportunity to sign with the Pelicans, and he would have been guaranteed that starting the starting center job.
Yeah, because Valanciunas
said, nah, I'm just like, ballsy move.
I mean, I would say, look, with Indiana, I think it's the right system and the right place.
Now that fits him.
You know what I'm saying? So, and it carves out a role. Like, you can get the backup right now. You know, so
the way he played in Memphis, which he looked terrific in Memphis and in college. That's the type of pace that he could play in the end. So I get it.
Yeah.
But Wiseman.
Yeah, man.
Get it together, bro.
Next up. Yeah, you can say that.
Monty Williams. What are you talking about?
Monty Williams was the head coach in Detroit.
When he's with Detroit.
Yeah.
I was about to say he's an assistant coach in Indiana.
Next up, we got the Los Angeles Clippers. Oh, the Clippers. They are.
But that's a good point, though. That comment, his comments went by quick. That's true. Ayton.
Yeah.
You got a point, Knicks 100 a GM. Okay.
Yeah, so Clippers. They signed Mo Bamba to a 1-year deal. They signed Nick Batum to a 2-year deal. Chris Dunn also comes back. Chris Dunn joins the Clippers as well. They signed Derrick Jones Jr. to a 3-year deal. And they signed Kevin Porter Jr. to a 2-year deal.
That was their first signing out the gate.
Right out the gate. Right after they lost PG, that was their first signing. Then they signed James Harden a 2-year deal. I think it was $70 million.
Look, just like Ernest said, that he said,
Armani, you're in the Matrix.
Hold on. He said that. Bro? Nah. Hold on. Let me leave.
Yo, what happens?
Steve Ballmer cutting your service off. The Clippers, man, and obviously letting Paul George walk for nothing. Man, and then obviously right now what you're hearing, there is real legs on this. They have interest in Miles Bridges and via signing trade from the Charlotte Hornets. So The Clippers, man. My thing is because Paul, you know, they didn't want to they didn't want to pay Paul George more than Kawhi Leonard. That's what it was. And
or give him more years than Kawhi Leonard. It's like, yo, Kawhi got a 3-year extension.
3 year 150.
And you want 4?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, nah.
Then you couple that with the style of play. And not, you know, not really feeling a certain way of playing basketball with a certain player. And that happens everywhere this person goes, pretty much. And then obviously, you know, they called his bluff. And for those who know about Paul George and his personal stuff, like he has things going on personally with his family. And, you know, people talk about, like, you know, it's easy for his mom to get to games and stuff like that. You know, so the Clippers felt they had an advantage because they're home. And they kind of dangled that in front of him. And it was just like, where was the respect factor and all? You know, so, you know, he evidently leaves and he goes to Philly and signs that Supermax. And, well, not a Supermax, but he signs his max deal, gets his 4 years, 212, I believe. But, yeah, I mean, the Clippers are – I see what they're doing, adding all these guys, wings, guys who are going to play hard, and guys who have stuff to prove. Because if you're adding
on DeMar,
no
update now. There's a lot of comments coming in about DeMar.
Oh yeah, no update on DeMar DeRozan. And they're playing with guys that have things to prove. When you have Josh Primo, when you have Kevin Porter Jr., and now you're thinking about adding Miles Bridges.
Yo, wait. Your brothers got their cases. Why they around?
Why they still around?
That's a halfway house over there.
And plus, and they in LA too. They in LA too.
I get it when you say second chances, but you can't have too many second chance guys on the team. That's a lot, man.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
It is a lot.
And 2 of them almost killed a girl. Like, come on, what we doing?
Yeah.
And then another one is just a fan. He's a fan. Like, come on.
Quick Chicago Bull update. The relationship between Zach LaVine and the Bulls front office has completely shattered. Chicago is hopeful they will eventually find a taker on the trade market for Zach LaVine's contract.
Something like
Woo!
A desperate team is going to take him.
I have a feeling.
Maybe the Kings. Maybe is Miami. Well, I don't know what's happening in Miami.
Yeah, Miami's weird.
Miami's. I don't know what the hell they're doing down there.
Whether it's the Clippers.
The Clippers don't have enough. They don't have the space. They can't. They don't have the. They don't have the.
Powell and no, that's
not enough.
No.
And if so, speaking on Powell, so Powell and Mann, if they do the signing trade, their salaries, or both of their salaries would work to get Miles Bridges. So, yeah, you know, I don't know. Clippers are next up, the Los Angeles Lakers. All they did was sign Max Christie. Next. Memphis Grizzlies.
That's not all they did. That's not all they did. They brought back Cam Reddish. They brought back Jackson Hayes. They brought back They signed Bronny to a league standard deal. Yeah. Come on, let's go to everything.
Look. This offseason, bro. Let me.
Yo.
Look,
Mr. Pelinka.
Bob Pelinka. And Ernest actually brought up a valid point on his pod a couple episodes ago. And I was a bit naive, you know. And I look at Rob, right? Only reason you was cool because you was cool with my dog.
Don't say that.
You know what I mean? But now
it's facts. It's facts.
It's looking like it, but then it's like, bro, you got people on Twitter calling you the Darvin Ham of GMs, and I see it. You got your hands in your pocket. Everybody out here signing players, making moves and stuff like that. And
LeBron bet you 20 million you couldn't do your job.
Pay up.
He won.
Pay up.
He won.
I'm gonna take 20 million off top that you can't do your job.
Pay up. And we got our hands in our pocket right now. And I'll be damned if we run it back. I'll be damned if I got to see Jackson Hayes on my screen in the Laker uniform. I'll be damned if I got to see Gabe Vincent on my screen in the Laker uniform. I'll be damned. Because what's going on right now, bro? It's way too quiet. Sure, last week Bronny is playing with his pops. That is something special, and say what you want. There's a lot of people saying whatever they got to say about that, but we watch it in real time. And that's a beautiful moment. But now it's time to get down to the well, first of all, hold on, backtrack. We signed a coach 1 week before the draft. And we knew we was going to sign this, bro. We knew we was going to sign him.
He looks shook.
That still don't got assistance.
That's right.
No coaching staff.
Yeah. So today on
read that. Yeah, read that.
When the Lakers
sold their future for a bubble ring.
When the Lakers
still a
introduced ring. Still a ring. How many rings?
Right.
Anyway,
right. Every team in that bubble competed for the same thing.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that shit, man.
Let's talk about it.
What was crazy is that that's crazy to say. A team that's never won a chip since '72. A team that hasn't won a chip.
Nothing, man.
I hate to. I don't like to dig on the Knicks, man.
Dig
on the Knicks, but a team that hasn't won since '72, y'all can't talk right now, man.
I respect this guy right here. I respect him.
But I get it. I understand. What was so crazy? Right now, what was so crazy today during the press conference introducing introducing Bronny and Connect, right? So they like JJ. They asked JJ like, "So are you gonna coach like the team?" He was like, "Well, I gotta like figure out who my assistants are." I'm like, "Hold on, what do you mean you gotta figure out?"
This is a circus.
Yo, we so unprepared, bro. We about to take a test and got no pencils, man. Like we don't know nothing. We didn't study.
Yeah, so
this is the question I want to ask before we move on about the Lakers.
He looked like deer in the headlights when he took that job. Damn.
Y'all are one of the most recognized sports teams in the world, I would say, right? And I asked this a couple weeks ago, and I think everything is being answered now. Are the Lakers losing their lure?
I said that though. I said, yeah. I
But
told you, like, you don't need to go to these teams now to you don't, like I said, man, the social media reach, you don't have to go to these storied franchises anymore to cement a legacy, or because the social media reach is outrageous now. So I don't have to like go to the Yankees or go to this or go to the Lakers and Cowboys and whatnot and compete and win. I can go to a small market team, still build obviously it won't be as big, but build a big enough brand, and then not have the pressure to win every single game.
Because Clay turned down the more money and more years, and like,
which is
actually
crazy.
Be in Dallas,
which is crazy.
That's a choice.
But I will say with the Clay thing, yes, like choosing Dallas was a gut punch to the Lakers, but Kyrie, Anta put on a full court press for Klay Thompson. Like, I'm talking like a full court press. So like, yes, he took less years, but and quite frankly, he took a better situation right now. So the Lakers, yes, their lore, that aura, it's not there anymore.
If it's one thing about Kyrie, man, he's a hell of a recruiter, man.
That's a fact.
You know how to talk people into some stuff, man. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a fact. Like, I got that like
from.
I got that like confirmed. Like, yo, there was like, yeah, like Clay was just sold, and obviously, you know, you got Luka. Like, yeah, when Luka's saying, "I need you." You know, so that's how that went. And if I'm telling you, if it wasn't for that, Clay would have been in LA for sure. But it is what it is.
And his pops is pissed. Michael Thompson is pissed.
Yeah, maybe the Lakers dodged a bullet. Who knows? You never know. You don't know. So
hey, he shot 0 for 10 in elimination game.
That's nasty, bro. That's nasty.
Jeez, man.
That's crazy. Next up, the Memphis Grizzlies have done nothing, so nothing to report on them. Miami,
Zach Edey.
They had drafted Zach Edey. Miami, Kevin Love returned on a 2-year deal, and everything else was like 2-way contracts, so they have done really nothing.
Then Jimmy Butler said he's gonna sign for 1 year and be a free agency.
No, he's gonna play out his year. He's gonna play out his last year and then go into which is okay.
Like, bro, you don't play half the regular season games as it is. Like, I
barely played 50 games. You want a max deal? No wonder why Pat Riley got on you last.
No, but like, what did I say last episode? I said these older guys are seeing the bag that's getting handed out. And they're like, I'm trying to play till I.
Oh, bruh. Really? Then play 70 games at least. That's
I know.
Problem.
But look, prime example. And I don't like to dig on injuries like that, but look at Kawhi. Kawhi pushed that shit to he got to 68 games.
But
he could not go.
Really we knew he was.
But again, let's just say he load managed. He probably would have been available for the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So he pushed his body to 68 games and then couldn't go no more. So I'm just saying. Next, you got the Milwaukee Bucks, which also I think they need to make some moves, man. They signed DeLon Wright, which is a good defensive guard, you know. So which they need defense, but their roster's a little old, and they got to figure out something quick. The T-Wolves, nothing. Just signed Luka Garza to a 2-year deal.
And they did a beautiful. This is how you operate.
Yeah.
When you want to win.
The draft night trade.
Yeah, their second apron team, and they traded up for the 8th pick to get Rob Delaney. Yeah, beautiful.
And him and Ant together is a problem. That's gonna be really interesting to see for sure. Next, you got the New Orleans Pelicans. As we talked about, they just acquired DeJounte Murray. A lot of questions around that roster as to fit, but I get it. You got to add talent somewhere. The West, there's an opportunity. People, you know, certain teams feel like, and
team that need a center.
Yep. So, you know, we'll see. Next, we got the New York Knicks, who signed OG Anunoby on a 5-year deal, which was 42.5 per. Oh,
you about to make Eric mad, man.
Let me get a dollar.
That to me is a severe overpay, but I get it. But OG is gonna have to really you got to play over 70 games, brother. You got to be available.
I'm gonna let you know it ain't happening.
Crazy,
you know. But here's what they're banking on. I'd rather have him play 65 games and have him healthy for the playoffs, because what happened last year, he came back. I thought he came back a little bit too soon. Then he was good in the playoffs until game 2 against the Pacers. Then was forced to come back in game 7. So we'll see. But you know the going range for that contract was like 35 mil at worst. Yeah. So you was not gonna. If it was, I had one person tell me, "Oh, if you would have signed up for 25 mil, it would have been fine." Like, yeah, you would have gone to Philly. That was the case. So
if that was your final offer, he would like, okay,
okay,
bye.
yeah, exactly. Then Paul George doesn't happen in Philly. But yeah, so you're getting OG at 35, at 36 million at the start. His last contract, which he gets a player option and a trade kicker. So basically, if you trade him, that trade kicker is kicking in at 15%.
That is nuts.
So, but hey, but also you got to remember they had to know that OG was gonna get the bag once they told him that, hey, we got a trade coming in and it's gonna help. That's where the Mikal Bridges trade came in, and then they had to get him signed. They had to give him that money. They couldn't afford to lose him because they couldn't afford to lose him for nothing. After trading RJ and IQ in December.
Well, yeah,
so they had to pay up.
Yeah, you had to. Speaking of Mikal Bridges, obviously the Knicks traded for Mikal Bridges from the Brooklyn Nets. That deal has not been finalized yet. So what that means is the Knicks right now need to offload salary. They already lost out on Isaiah Hartenstein. That was a huge loss for them. So my estimation, they're gonna do whatever to keep Mitchell Robinson in these trade talks. The casualty award is probably going to be Deuce McBride.
They're also
they have to get a third team involved because the Nets don't want McBride. A third team has to most likely get involved, and that's probably why it's stalling because they've yet to get a third team, and we got free agency still happening. So teams are trying to figure out where their cap is going to go, and then maybe they'll figure out and return to the Knicks and net deal and try to get in on that.
Also, early today, it was reported that they're also inquiring about Walker Kessler and Charlotte's Nick Richardson.
Yes, so you can have a scenario where they try to loop in the Jazz, so it'll be a Jazz, Knicks, and Nets 3-team deal, or Hornet, Nets, and Knicks. We've also heard the Lakers have had conversations with the Nets and possibly getting in that deal with the Knicks by offloading D'Lo to Brooklyn. We're giving picks, and we'll try to get like a wing or something from, a wing or two from the Nets. But we'll see what happens and how those moves happen. But yeah, the Knicks, they got to figure out that trade. They got to finalize it, and they got to be it can go past July 6th, but after the moratorium, but they have to figure out how to get this trade finalized. So and we'll see what happens with that.
Mirror image that's a stretch.
Who? That I disagree with that. Landale mirror image of Isaiah Hartenstein.
No.
But that is a nice option to get. That's just a stretch.
Yeah.
Good riddance, Mikal. Good riddance. I don't feel no way.
So, because you know what? Because he was the number one option on that team. So you clearly saw that he was not the guy. So
when he wasn't the number one option, clearly.
Yeah.
He was option 13 points as a second option. Good riddance, Mikal. Later.
Yeah. Next you have OKC Thunder. Obviously, what we talked about earlier, getting Alex Caruso, then signing Isaiah Hartenstein on the 3-year deal, I think for 87. They re-signed Isaiah Job on a 4-year deal and Aaron Wiggins on a 5-year deal. Both of those two guys, they did mention, will be an integral part of their rotation this upcoming season. Man, OKC looks pretty damn good. When you consider their starting five may look like Hartenstein, Chet, Jalen, Williams, Caruso, and
Lou Dort.
And then you have Lou Dort too. So they're going to be very formidable. I think getting Isaiah Hartenstein was
and still they got a whole lot of picks.
Right,
they still got all their picks.
So they've made all these additions without giving up a single pick this offseason. So they still have those Clippers picks that they can use, and the Clippers are going to take a step back, right? So it's man, the Thunder got a bright future.
Nothing in return, man.
What's wild to me is they can probably get Lauri Markkanen right now.
Who, Clips or
OKC?
OKC.
Oh, OKC. I got you.
They have everything to get Lauri Markkanen right now. You know, so I think they're the next team that, and also they can kind of afford to take a bet on somebody. Like let's just say I know it's gonna sound crazy. You're gonna look at me crazy, but let's just say they trade for Zach LaVine.
I was just thinking that,
and they buy low.
Thinking that
they buy low on him, and they could add him, and he turns out to be healthy. It's different.
Like trading for a second-round pick.
Just take out Jay Lewis and put Zach LaVine in that spot. It's different. It's different. You know, but all I say is OKC is looking pretty damn good right now. What happened, Josh? You look. Next, you got the Orlando Magic. They re-signed Goga Batadze. There you go. To a 3-year deal. KCP agrees to a 3-year deal as he just walks from Denver. Gary Harris has returned on a 2-year deal. Jonathan Isaac returns on a 5-year deal, and Mo Wagner returns on a 2-year deal. So they still have some cap space. They could absorb some guys as well.
They need a point guard.
I was hoping Klay Thompson would go there to Orlando.
They need a point guard though. They need like a legit point guard. They need a point guard. You know, so
Who you said?
I don't. Huh?
You said the Russell.
What? I don't remember that. I don't know what you're talking about. All in all, I think the Magic are going to be pretty good. Like middle of the pack East team. I do expect the leap though, and Paolo's game and obviously Franz Wagner's game. So, but yeah, they didn't make a big splash as we thought, but they'll still be good. They'll still be good. Next down the line, you got the Philadelphia 76ers. Obviously, we talked about Paul George. They added Andre Drummond, Eric Gordon. They signed Tyrese Maxey to the 5-year max, and they re-signed Kelly Oubre. Philly's roster starting to round up pretty nicely. They still need some depth, but Eric is in the matrix.
My thing is,
I know.
my thing is with Philly, can they stay healthy? Because that big three that they got, that big three, them two dudes always going down with something, man.
Then you got Tyrese Maxey alone.
Embiid. And I was talking to my homie today, and he was saying that like they won't be able to withstand. And I'm like, I get that, but the goal is the Philly is just to get there healthy. But can Tyrese Maxey hold down the fort on his own? The answer is no. But we've seen that Tyrese Maxey has had some great quality games, explosive games. He dropped 53 times last season, so he definitely could put on scoring performances. And I do like the pieces, right? Of course, right. And I do like the pieces that Philly has added, but these brothers gotta stay healthy, man. That's the biggest thing for this team, just health.
Speaking of health, when I just mentioned this report that just came out again, I guess there's like a whole piece that dropped with this riffraff between Zach LaVine and the Bulls. So the Bulls continue to shop. This is as per Jay Cowley's hoops, local Chicago beat writer. The Bulls continue to shop. The Bulls continue shopping LaVine to anyone that picks up the phone. LaVine and his representation at Clutch Sports feel like they were misled on possible trade destinations, and the Bulls thought LaVine opting for a season-ending right foot surgery when rehab or the injury was still on the table was a counterpunch thrown below the belt. This is getting nasty now.
Because they was about to trade him somewhere. What was they about to trade him? And he was just like, he was like, it was Detroit?
I think it was Detroit. Yes, it was Detroit. It was that rumor that came out that he was about to be sent to Detroit, and then a week later or so, he elected to get the foot surgery. and the Bulls doctors are saying, well, he didn't need the surgery, all he needed was rehab. He was fine. That's huge.
Yo,
Rich Paul, man.
nah.
I don't know what you're doing, bro, but it's looking bad, bro.
That's whoa.
It's looking bad, Rich Paul. I'm not gonna lie, bro. He signed the clutch.
Yeah.
Rich Paul, man. I don't know. This is it's looking bad, bro.
Ooh.
It's looking bad.
Nah, hold on. My bad. People will text me like, "Yo, Veen." This tells me when this happens. This tells me a trade is definitely on the way.
No, absolutely.
There's no way. They're at this point, it's going to be pennies on the dollar. They don't care now.
But are we surprised to this? Because this is something that we wanted from the Chicago Bulls, like pretty much all season. Like they was talking about re-signing DeMar DeRozan and like having Levine back, and we're like, just why? Just blow it up. Lonzo hasn't played in what 2 years. Like why are you keeping these dudes for? Like obviously y'all got to rebuild. Y'all haven't done nothing since like the D Rose era, so just change it up. So it's not honestly surprising. It's just kind of like crazy to see it in real time, especially how nasty it is because the whole Zach LaVine thing during the season, like we was figuring out trade partners. Will he go to Orlando? Would he get traded to Philly? Remember, Philly was a destination that we was honestly thinking about, Sacramento and stuff like that. So to go down like this is pretty much expected, but also crazy in the same time.
Wow. Okay. Hopefully I'll have more on that front. Also, Draymond Green, on his show again, another piece came out about Paul George. Paul George was going to come to the Warriors. The Clippers didn't really want to play ball, didn't want to help him get here, where he wanted to go. And in return, they got nothing back. So basically, the Clippers were like, "We're not helping. You're not going any. They're not gonna trade you in the same division."
Do you blame him?
It is what it is.
Do you blame him? Do you blame him?
No, I don't blame him. The Clippers, Lakers,
but
and Warriors are not gonna. They're not gonna trade with each other. They're just not.
Right. Yeah.
That's bad business. That's bad.
No, it is bad business. It is because now you're gonna have stars that's gonna say I'm not going to play for the Clippers.
Right.
But oof. Next, Phoenix Suns. Bobo returns on a 1-year deal. I believe it was last night or today they signed Monte Morris to a minimum, and also they signed Mason Plumlee. I guess he's the replacement from
Eubanks.
Drew Eubanks. So
extension to Royce O'Neal.
Yes, and they gave an extension. They gave an extension to Royce O'Neal. The Suns look like clear they're running the back. They kind of have to.
They have no choice.
They have no choice. That's a second AP team, but I do feel like by no stretch of imagination are they looking to trade Kevin Durant or Devin Booker. I don't think that. But I would say if things start to look a little bit rocky, I can see it for sure. I can definitely see it because, again, paying that tax bill and then not winning, sometimes the cost becomes too much. Next, we got Portland Trailblazers. As we know, they traded for Denny Advia from the Washington Wizards. They're in trade talks of offloading Jeremy Grant. Man, I don't know what Portland is doing. But yeah, that's
they
Portland.
traded 2 firsts and a role player, Malcolm Brogdon, for Denny Avdija.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty bad.
That's the Wizards for you.
That's all I need to say right there, bro.
Pretty bad. The Kings, they re-signed Alex Len, and they did a trade. And they traded with the Raptors, and they got Jalen McDaniels back in the trade, which is actually really good for them. And then Malik Monk returned on a 4-year deal. So, what's interesting to watch out for the Kings is De'Aaron Fox didn't sign his extension.
I was going to bring that up. Yeah, that's something to look at. Yeah,
that's definitely something to look at. So,
and this guy said, I want to see what y'all do with the roster. Well, you know what's gonna happen, bro. when have y'all ever signed anybody?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. So, the Spurs only made one move, Chris Paul.
That's a match made in heaven, but it's too late.
A little too late, yes, but I still think it'll reap some benefit. They need a point guard.
Yeah.
And Chris Paul knows he'll maximize as much time on the floor out there. Get those guys in the right spots and stuff. So it'll be interesting to see. Wemby's numbers will hitting overs on everything.
MVP.
But I'm gonna tell you why, Josh. They're gonna hype it up. They're gonna hype it up, bro. They're gonna hype it up. The first 5-game win streak they go on, bro, it's gonna be crazy.
Well, he's gonna be a top 3 MVP candidate as a 12th seed. That's I love Wemby, bro. I love Wemby, but let's wait until he actually arrives, y'all.
He here. He's here.
He is here, but he's not
here.
He's not 100%
like Ultra Instinct.
Yeah,
I feel you. Okay.
Next,
but that's a match made in heaven, though. Match made in heaven.
Next, the Toronto Raptors. Scotty Barnes to a 5-year deal. Traded with the Kings, obviously. For Jalen McDaniels, they acquired Davion Mitchell, and Sasha Vinskov. Excuse me if I'm saying that wrong.
MVP, man.
The EuroLeague MVP. And they extend Emmanuel quickly on a 5-year deal, and then they sign free agent Garrett Temple as well. So, Raptors are just floating in mid. This is what they're gonna do. It's gonna be mid.
They tanked for 1 year just to be like, yo, let's pay all these guys.
Yeah.
Yo. I don't know, bro. It's confusion over there, man.
Yeah, pretty nuts. Utah Jazz, obviously they signed Drew Eubanks, to a 2-year deal. Really nothing going on. Obviously, they're a team with a ton of cap space that can absorb some contracts. There's some talk about them offloading Lauri Markkanen somewhere. So we'll see what that looks like. And we know how Danny Ainge likes to operate. So we'll see what happens with that.
I love that.
And last but not least, the Washington Wizards, we talked about Malcolm Brogdon. They got in the trade with the Blazers. They re-signed Rashawn Holmes on a 2-year deal, and they signed free agent Jonas Valanciunas on a 3-year deal. I don't know what they're doing down there in DC, but
it helps the tank. That's all. When these bad teams sign these okay players that help them win games, hey man, I'm not complaining.
Yeah, me neither. But next, before we end the show, I want to talk about the WNBA. We had a would you say passing of the charts, passing of the torch, I would say.
Before you get there, you want to start with the All-Star game rosters?
Yeah, go ahead. You have it in front of you?
Yeah, I got you. So, different, unlike the NBA. Well, I don't know how to phrase it that way, but all the players who selected the Team USA was automatically granted a spot in the All-Star game. So I'll just read it again. So they separated Team USA versus Team WNBA. So Team USA, Nafisa Collier, Kalia Cooper, Chelsea Gray, Sabrina Ionescu, Jewel Lloyd, Kelsey Plum, Brianna Stewart, Diana Taurasi, Alyssa Thomas, Aja Wilson, and Jackie Young. And Team WNBA, we had DeWanda Bonner, Aaliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark, Alicia Gray, Dearica Hamby, Brianna Jones, Jonquel Jones, Kayla McBride, Kelsey Minshew, Arika Agumbawale, Aneka Agumake, and Angel Reese. So, shout out to Angel Reese.
Out. I didn't hear a specific name. Time out. Where is Dejanay Carrington?
Yeah, for the Sun.
I feel you.
She should be on that list.
I feel you.
Snub.
Yeah.
Who you taking out?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say what.
Just say it, because we know who you gonna say.
You gonna say Caitlin Clark?
Nah. That's my homie. That's my homie. We go way back.
You said is Taurasi on that list?
Yeah. But you can't take off. She's on Team USA.
Nah.
You
You said Bernie Griner. You said Bernie Griner too?
Yeah. She's on Team USA. Like,
let's be real, man.
Yeah. Come on.
Let's
man.
be real, man.
Come on.
Let's be real. Is she really hooping for real?
Come on.
That's a conversation for another day. That's
anyway.
She's not really hooping this year, but
Ernest,
it is what it is.
Segue into what you was getting ready to say, man.
Well, over the weekend we had 2 games of would you call it like passing of the torch? You had Asia Wilson and the Aces going up against Angel Reese and Chicago Sky, and then you also had that was on Saturday, and then on Sunday you had the Phoenix Mercury, Diana Taurasi, versus the Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark. And man, both games were great. Angel Reese continued to show out. Double machine. She also set the record. Yeah, she set the record for most consecutive double-doubles in a WNBA for a WNBA player. So first person, first woman, first rookie, first player, like that is huge. That is
Josh,
so huge.
You gonna say what you gonna say, Josh? You gonna say what you gonna say before the show?
Bangs with her. That's Angel Reese. That's my listen, Angel Reese.
Nah, just say it, bro.
This is a family show, but I fuck with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? But this up and coming off season, please, because I don't want you. I see the path that is going down in some of these games that I'm watching. I don't want you to keep going down that path. Listen, I'm way worse than you in basketball. I know. So don't kill me, WNBA fans, the Angel Reese stands. Don't kill me. I want her to succeed. I want her to be better. I want her to be the GOAT. But Angel Reese, hit up Hakeem, please, bro. Hit up Hakeem. Go work in the gym on the footwork, on the inside shot, close shot, everything, please. Because some of these games, you be doing the drumming. Missing the layups, getting the ball. Let's just work on that. Like, and you already goated. But please, I don't want you to go down that route of the drumming. Because Drummond was breaking records too. In case y'all forgot.
Statistically, Drummond is probably one of the best rebounders of all time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't want her to go down that route.
Yeah.
Please, hit up Hakeem. I'm telling you. Tell Lonzo Ball to pay for Hakeem lessons. Because that Lonzo Ball want to pay your fines and everything. Tell him to pay for your lessons.
Yo, yeah, he out here getting friend zone like Lonzo. Damn, bro.
Come on, Lonzo.
Damn,
Lonzo.
bro.
We saw it, Lonzo.
Let's bring this back in.
And then,
ultimately,
Caitlin Clark versus Diana Taurasi,
mm-hmm.
who had kind of like some I don't want to say any animosity, but like kind of like a spewing feud, kinda. You know, she made a comment about like Caitlin's game won't be able to segue and translate so easily to the WNBA. But you know, sometimes you got to put your money where your mouth is, right? And Caitlin Clark almost had a triple-double. 15 points, 12 assists, 9 boards. Taurasi had 19 points, and the Fever was able to come back from 15 to win the game. So that's the fashion that you do it in. Put your money where your mouth is, ball out, you know. Now, congratulations. You on an all-star team. I mean, that was going to happen regardless. They was going to vote for you. But congratulations.
Like the most votes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, congratulations. But yeah, that's great. And especially you know, both Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark started off this season very slow. Now they hooping, they starting to figure out the game, getting their buckets and stuff like that. So yeah, they getting used to it. That's all it is. That's all we asked. We knew it was going to happen, you know. And now it's also great to see them play against the veterans, the players that already won championships, and see how they square off. And it was a nice duel to see. So just continue the game.
Yeah. And on that note,
wait. We cannot end the show. We're from New York. We gotta mention a New York legend who retired today.
yes, absolutely.
Oh yeah, Cardiac Kimbo.
Oh yes.
Cardiac Kimbo,
Cardiac
one of the
Kimbo.
greatest New York City ballers, man. One of the greatest point guards of all time. Like Kimbo, yo,
New York legend, man.
them Rice Wars was real. You know what I'm saying? Kimber Walker, man, like shout out to him and shout out to the excitement he brought to the city and to college basketball, things he's done there. I mean,
that back against Pittsburgh.
At the Garden, man. Oh, come on, man. Yeah. Like, you know, that tournament run was special.
This is what movies are made of.
Facts.
Facts. Right.
You know, even his shining moments in Charlotte, you know, so
yeah.
Hey, shout out to Kimber Walker, man. Like, well, what a illustrious career, a legend for sure, man. Yep. Well deserved.
Shout out New York City. New York City, stand up, man.
All right, so on that note, we'll end this. We'll conclude this episode number 70. Folks, it's been real. See y'all next week for
Bob Pelinka, do your job.
Hopefully, we'll get some news on the Lakers. See what moves they'll make, or if any. Also, let's. Summer League starts this Saturday, so Summer League begins this Saturday. So we'll get a first look at Bronny James with the Lakers.
Yeah. Yo,
Hilton Connect, baby.
Yo, and can y'all give we had somebody in here asking for DeMar updates. NBA, come on, give us the DeMar update so they know. DeMar got to be their favorite player because they was asking in here for DeMar. Yo, get DeMar on the team.
We want DeMar. We want DeMar. We want DeMar.
As far as I know with DeMar, man, he ain't taking that taxpayer. So a team's gonna have to get creative to do a sign and trade again. I don't see it right now, but
too many sign and trades.
Yeah, we'll see because a sign and trade a hard cap shoot. So I don't know. We'll see though. We'll see. I do believe the Lakers are gonna make a trade because the roster's too lopsided. They need to make roster spots. They have to dump salary. If they bring once LeBron James signs for the $60 million max, right? What happens is the Lakers become a second April team, just like the Suns and Boston and Denver. They're gonna be a second April team. They can't do anything. They can't make those moves. So it's very imperative that they offload some salary so they can have some wiggle room to improve the roster. We'll see what happens.
CBA's hard, man.
All right, end it. I don't want to hear that. Bye. Eric, end it.
All right, y'all. Catch on next week. Next
end
time.
It.
The CBA's hard.
Oh man.